Jane and Dan aren't overweight.
Jane and Dan aren't overweight. Jane
Are
and Dan
Jane
aren't
and Dan
overweight.
overweight?
Are Jane
No,
and Dan
Jane
overweight?
and Dan aren't overweight.
No, Jane and Dan aren't overweight.
They're slim.
They're slim. They're slim.
Are they slim?
Are they slim?
Yes, they're slim.
Yes, they're slim.
They used to be overweight.
They used to be overweight. They used to be overweight.
Did they used to be overweight?
Did they used to be overweight?
They used to be overweight.
They used to be overweight. They used to be overweight. They
Who
used to be overweight.
Well, it's Jane and Dan.
Who used to be
Jane
overweight?
and Dan used to be overweight.
Well, it's Jane and Anne. Jane and Anne used to be overweight. Used to be overweight.
2 years ago, Jane was overweight.
2 years ago, Jane was overweight. 2 years ago, Jane
2
was
years ago,
overweight.
was Jane overweight?
2 years ago,
Yes,
was
that's
Jane
correct.
overweight? Yes,
Jane
that's correct.
was overweight.
Jane was overweight. Jane was overweight.
How overweight was Jane?
How overweight
Well,
was Jane?
was very overweight.
Well, Jane was very overweight.
2 years ago, Anne was also overweight.
2 years ago, Anne was also overweight.
2 years ago, was Anne also overweight?
2 years ago, was
Anne was
Anne
also
also overweight?
overweight.
Yes, Anne was also overweight.
How overweight was Anne?
How overweight was
Well,
Anne?
Anne was a little overweight.
Well, Anne was a little overweight.
2 years ago, Jane and Anne were slim.
2 years ago, Jane and Anne were slim.
2 years ago, were Jane and Dan slim?
2 years ago, were
No,
Jane
they
and
were
Anne
slim.
slim?
They
No,
were
they were
actually
slim.
overweight.
They were
How overweight
actually
were
overweight.
Well,
How
Jane was
overweight
very
were they?
overweight,
Well,
and
Jane
Anne was a
was
little
very
overweight.
overweight and Anne was little overweight.
Now you're going to ask questions
Now
about
you're
Kate and her
going
brother
to ask
Tom.
questions about her Kate and her brother Tom.
When Kate and Tom were little, they thought Santa Claus was real.
When Kate and Tom were little, they thought Santa Claus was real.
When Kate and Tom were little, did they think Santa Claus was real?
When Kate and Tom were little, did they think Santa Claus was real? Yes, they thought Santa Claus was real when they were little.
Superman was real.
They didn't think Superman was real.
Did they think Superman was real?
Did they think Superman
No,
was
they
real?
didn't think Superman was real.
No, they didn't think Superman was
They
real.
didn't think Batman was real.
They didn't think Batman was real.
Did they think Batman was real?
Did they think
No,
Batman
they
was
didn't think
real?
Batman was real.
No, they
They
didn't
thought
think
someone
Batman
else
was
was
real.
real.
They thought someone else was real.
Who did they think was real?
Who did they
Well,
think was
they
real?
thought Santa Claus was real.
Well, they thought Santa Claus was real.
Why did they think Santa Claus was real?
Why did they think Santa
Well,
Claus were
It's because
real?
their mother had told them once that Santa Claus was real, and they believed her.
Well, it's because her mother had told them once that Santa Claus was real, and they believed her.
They used to believe that Santa Claus was real.
They used to believe Santa Claus was real.
Did they used to believe that Santa Claus was real?
Did they
Yes,
used
that's
to
what they
believe
used to
Santa
believe.
Claus was real? Yes, that's what they used to be. Yes, that's what they used to believe.
When Tom was a boy, he had a friend named Nick.
When Tom was a boy, he had a friend named Nick. When Tom was a boy,
When Tom was a boy, did he have a friend named Nick?
When Tom was a boy,
yes, that's correct.
Did he
had
have
a friend named Nick when he was a boy.
Yes, that's correct. He had a friend
One
named
day, Nick told him something surprising.
When he was a boy. One day, Nick told him something.
Did Nick tell him something surprising one day?
One day, Nick told him something surprising. Did Nick tell him something surprising one day? Yes. One day, Nick told him something surprising.
Nick told him something surprising one day. What did Nick tell him?
What did Nick tell him?
Well, Nick told him that Santa wasn't real.
No, well, Nick told him that Santa Claus wasn't real.
Did Nick tell him that Santa wasn't real?
Did Nick told him that Santa Claus wasn't real? Yes, that's what he told him. Yes, that's what Nick told him.
When Tom realized that Santa wasn't real, he was surprised and sad.
When Tom realized that Santa Claus wasn't real, he was surprised and sad.
When Tom realized that Santa wasn't real, was he surprised and sad?
When Tom realized
yes,
that Santa Claus wasn't real, was he surprised and sad? Yes, he was surprised and sad.
Did he feel angry?
He
no,
didn't feel
that's not how he
angry.
felt. He didn't feel angry.
No, he didn't feel angry.
How did he?
No, he didn't feel angry. No, that's not how he felt. He didn't feel angry. How did he feel? How did he feel? How did he feel? Did he feel angry? No, that's not how he felt. He didn't feel angry. How did he feel?
Did he feel? Well, he felt surprised and sad.
Well, he felt surprised and sad.
Why did he feel surprised and sad?
Why did he feel surprised and sad?
It's because before Nick told him the truth, he truly believed that Santa was real, and he loved Santa very much.
Well, it's because before Nick told him the truth, he truly believed that Santa was real, and he loved Santa very much. When Tom got home, well, it's because before Nick told him the truth, he truly believed that Santa was real, and he loved Santa very much.
When Tom got home, he did something he didn't want to do.
When Tom got home, he did something he didn't want to do. When Tom got home, he did something
What did Tom do when he got home?
What did Tom do when he got home?
He told Kate that Santa didn't actually exist.
Well, he told Kate that Santa Claus didn't actually exist. When he told Kate that Santa didn't
actually exist?
Did he tell Kate that Santa didn't actually exist?
Told her.
Yes, that's what he told her.
He didn't tell Kate that the parents were sick.
He didn't tell Kate that their parents were sick. He didn't tell Kate that
Did he tell Kate that the parents were sick?
Did he tell Kate that
that's
their
not
parents
what he told
were
her.
sick? No,
he
that's
told
not
her
what he
something
told her.
else.
He told her something else. No, no, that's not what he told
What
her.
did
He
he
told
tell
her
her?
something else. What did he told her?
Well, he told her that
What did he
Santa
tell
didn't
her?
actually exist.
Well, he told her that Santa didn't actually exist. Well, he told her that Santa didn't actually exist.
When Kate realized that Santa didn't exist, she cried.
When she realized that Santa didn't exist, she cried.
When Kate realized that Santa didn't exist, did she cry?
When Kate realized
Yes,
Santa
that's
Claus
what
didn't
happened when
exist,
she realized that Santa didn't exist.
did she cry? Yes, that's what happened
She didn't
when she
cry for
realized
just a
that
few
Santa didn't
minutes.
exist. She didn't cry for just a few minutes.
Did she cry for just a few minutes?
Did she cry for just a
No,
few
she didn't
minutes?
cry for just a few minutes.
No, she
She
didn't
cried
cry
much
for
longer
just
than
a few
that.
minutes. She cried much longer than that.
How long did she cry?
How long did she
Well,
cry?
she cried for almost an hour.
Well, she cried for almost an hour. Well, she
Why did
cried
she
for
cry
almost
for
an hour.
almost an hour?
Why did she cry for
Well,
almost
it's
an
because
hour?
she has learned that
Why did she
Santa
cry
didn't
for
actually
almost an
exist.
hour? Well, it's because she had learned that Santa didn't actually exist.
Now, you're going to ask questions about two sisters named Grace and Emma.
Now you're going to ask questions about two sisters named Grace and Emma.
Grace and Emma have pets.
Grace and Emma have pets.
Do Grace and Emma have pets?
Do Grace and
Yes,
Emma have pets?
they have pets.
Yes, they have pets.
Their pets aren't dogs.
Their pets aren't dogs.
Are their pets dogs?
Are their pets
No,
dogs?
their pets aren't dogs.
No, their pets aren't dogs.
Their pets aren't cats.
Their pets aren't cats.
Are their pets cats?
Are their pets
No,
cats?
their pets aren't cats.
No, their pets aren't cats.
What kind of animals are their pets?
What kind of
Well,
animal
their pets
their
are
pets?
spiders.
Well, their pets
They
are
think their spiders are cute.
Their pets are spiders. They think their spiders are cute.
Do they think their spiders are cute?
Do they think their
Yes,
spiders
they
are
think
cute?
their spiders are cute.
Yes, they think their spiders are cute.
They aren't afraid of their spiders.
They aren't afraid of spiders. They aren't afraid of their
Are they
spiders.
afraid of their spiders?
Are they afraid
No,
of their
they
spiders?
aren't afraid of their spiders.
No, they aren't afraid of their spiders. No, they aren't afraid of their spiders.
When they were young, they were afraid of spiders.
When they were young, they were afraid of spiders.
When they were young, were they afraid of spiders?
When they were young,
Yes, they were afraid of spiders when they were young.
Yes, they were afraid of spiders when they were young.
They weren't afraid of birds.
They were afraid of birds. They were afraid of birds.
Were they afraid of birds?
Were they afraid of birds?
No, they weren't afraid of birds.
No,
they were afraid of something
birds.
else.
They were afraid of something else.
What were they afraid of?
What were they afraid
Well,
of?
they were afraid of spiders.
Well, they were afraid of spiders. What were they afraid of? Well, they were afraid of spiders.
When they were young, they didn't think spiders were cute.
When they were young, they didn't think spiders were cute.
When they were young, did they think spiders were cute?
When they were young,
No,
did they think
that's not true.
spiders were cute?
They didn't think spiders was cute.
No, that's not true. They didn't think that spiders were cute.
What did they think about spiders?
What did they think
Well,
about
they
spiders?
thought spiders were really scary.
Well, they thought spiders
They didn't
were
think
really
spiders
scary.
were interesting.
They didn't think spiders were interesting.
Did they think spiders were interesting?
Did they think
No,
spiders were
they didn't think
interesting?
spiders were interesting.
No, they didn't think spiders were interesting. Interesting.
What did they think about spiders?
What did they think about
Well,
spiders?
they thought spiders were really scary.
Well, they thought spiders were really scary. Well, they thought
Who thought
spiders
spider
were
was really scary?
well,
It was Grace and
really
Emma
scary.
who thought spiders were really scary.
Who thought spiders were really scary? Grace and Emma thought spiders were really scary.
One day, Grace and Emma watched the cartoon.
One day, Grace and Emma watched the cartoon. Did Grace and Emma watch the cartoon
one day?
Did Grace and Emma
Yes,
watch
they
the
watched the
cartoon
cartoon one day.
Yes, they watched the cartoon one
The
day.
cartoon wasn't about dogs.
The cartoon wasn't about dogs.
Was the cartoon about dogs?
Was the cartoon about
No,
dogs?
the cartoon wasn't about dogs.
No, the cartoon wasn't about dogs.
The cartoon wasn't about cats.
The cartoon wasn't about cats. Was the cartoon about cats?
Was the
No,
cartoon,
the cartoon
about
wasn't
cats?
about cats.
No, it wasn't. The cartoon was about something else.
No, it wasn't. The cartoon was about something else.
What was the cartoon about?
What was the cartoon
Well,
about?
the cartoon was about spiders.
Well, the cartoon was about spiders.
The cartoon was funny.
The cartoon was funny. Was the
Was the
cartoon
funny? Yes, the cartoon was funny.
Yes, the cartoon was funny. Yes, the cartoon was funny.
How funny was the cartoon?
How funny was the
Well,
cartoon?
it was very funny.
Well, it was very funny.
The spiders in the cartoon weren't scary.
The spiders in the cartoon. Spiders in the cartoon.
Were the spiders
were
in the cartoon scary?
Were
No,
spiders in the
they weren't
cartoon
scary at all.
No, they weren't scary
The
at
spiders
all.
in the cartoon were cute.
The spiders in the cartoon were cute. The spiders,
Were the spiders
in the cartoon
were cute?
Were the spiders
Yes,
in the
they were
cartoon
cute.
Yes, they were cute. Yes, they were cute. Yes, they were cute.
Before they watched the cartoon, they were afraid of spiders.
Before they watched the cartoon, they were afraid of spiders.
Before they watched the cartoon, were they afraid of spiders? Yes, that's correct. Before they watched the cartoon, they were afraid of spiders.
Yes, that's correct.
After they watched the cartoon, something interesting happened.
After they watched the cartoon,
What happened after they watched the
something
cartoon?
interesting happened.
No,
What happened
after they watched the cartoon, their fear of spiders was completely gone.
Well, after they watched the
After they
cartoon,
watched
their
the
fear of
cartoon,
spiders were completely
They weren't
gone.
afraid of spiders anymore.
After they watched the cartoon, they weren't afraid of spiders anymore. After they watched the cartoon, they weren't afraid of
After they watched the
spiders
cartoon,
anymore.
were they still afraid of spiders?
After they watched the
No,
cartoon,
they weren't. After they watched the cartoon, they weren't afraid of spiders
No,
anymore.
they were. After they watched the cartoon, they weren't afraid of spiders anymore.